Hello and welcome to Mighty Obstacle Studios Month in Review for November 2023. What a month this has been. There has been a lot going on that has unfortunately left me with my pants down. But don't worry, I can tell you all what's going on and why some things have been a bit slow lately. First things first, I mentioned going to MDev, which is a game developers convention in Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, it sucked. I hated it. It was pessimistic, had a lot of people that smelled horrible, really weird presentations from people, and almost every indie game looked like the same kind of basic roguelike. There were two exceptions though, and one of them was good. To give you an idea of how pessimistic the convention was, there was a presentation given by a Respawn Entertainment employee at the start of the con who told you the good and the bad of the industry. The good was that people play video games and they make money. The bad was that the industry lost 7,000 jobs. There's no such thing as an entry-level position, and boo-hoo, NFTs didn't catch on. Even better, the presenters said that AA studios don't exist anymore. It's AAA or indie, which is weird because it stretches indie to cover so many damn games at that point. You'll have to forgive me if this is kind of ranty, but it was a seriously undercooked convention that cost a lot of money to go to. After that bogus convention, I was feeling a lot like this for the past few days. To get the taste of that convention out of my mouth, I decided to take a gander at how I can approach the future for game dev and be smart about it. Well, one of the smart ways to do that is to take less risks, and continue to do smaller projects. For context, Necrolepsy was a small project, Draco Blood is a medium project. So because of that, that means Draco Blood may not be worked on as frequently, and it means the door is open for another Necrolepsy-sized game. Since Necrolepsy was a much easier game to make, and once I figured out everything and got proper critique, it only took 6 months to finish it up. I'm quite confident a smaller project could take a much shorter amount of time to get done and have less risks involved. That leads on those ideas. You know the big runny game over here, right? Well, I have been doodling some ideas for a main character, I have been making some weapons, and I have a scenario planned out, so yeah, I think this is happening. I want to make sure the combat works before I do anything close to announcing it. This game is already super fun from the base, and is basically built off of what I've done in Necrolepsy. Another thought crossed my mind. What if Draco Blood and another game are worked on again after this project? But said other game has mechanics that would be based off of Draco Blood. Ah, see it? There's some clever code reusal I could try for a different kind of first-person game with Draco Blood systems. It's an idea I'll look into more in the future and would absolutely help Draco Blood's development. Why not make it now? Because, well, I really want to make this 2.5D action platformer here. And said other idea would be a little more complex to get working with Godot and my current level of 3D modeling experience. Could that change? Absolutely. But let me get comfortable first. This was also a month where I realized how damn stressful this is. I'm trying to truncate and make things easier, but holy shit, there's a lot going on. I'm just one guy. Well, okay, I also hired an enemy designer, but it's mostly just me. It's gonna sound weird, but let me work on this other project. It's not simple to just port a game to a new engine, especially when there's still some loose ends to figure out. Plus, I want to make Draco Blood 2. But when I started it, I had the time to work on it. Not so much now. Of course, if the Patreon explodes, I'll suddenly have more time since I don't need to worry about money as much, but that's a best case scenario. So that's the end of this one. I do apologize if this one is more depressing, especially for those of you hoping Draco Blood would be done much quicker. I need more experience to be able to make it much faster, and that does mean more smaller projects in the future. But do note that I am never giving up on Draco Blood unless there's some kind of calamity that happens. I will never say give up. Never again. And I'm recommending an anime to you if you caught that reference. If you want to get excited for this next project I have in store, check out an anime called Bubblegum Crisis. It's a cyberpunk, almost dystopian show about women in power armor fighting robots called boomers. A little on the nose with that one, but it's a really fun 8-episode OVA. A lot of the stuff in this is what's inspiring the next project. So I hope to see you next month, and technically next year, for the next video. It's gonna basically cover what this new game is going to be and what you can do to help on Patreon. With that, take care.